What's up, y'all? I'm Whip Piker, and today we're in Russellville, Arkansas at a place called Foodies. Now, let me be honest with you. Here at CheatMeal, we're all about going after your dreams and the hustle, doing whatever it takes. And that's what these people are about too. Now, the restaurant business, it's not easy. And after a couple of failed attempts, they finally found their niche. They decided to offer what Russellville didn't have, and that's Greek and Mediterranean food. But being foodies at heart and having a passion for food, they couldn't stop there. So they're going to throw out some new items that we're going to get to taste today, along with some of their old tried and true stuff. What I'm saying is, there's going to be a lot of food, and that's appropriate, because it's cheat meal time, y'all. What's up, y'all? I'm Whip Piker, and I'm a 46-year-old personal trainer who over 20 years ago lost over 100 pounds, and I've kept it off. And one of the things that helped me on this journey was my weekly cheat meal. I stay on a strict diet, but once a week, I get to eat whatever I want. So I designed a show a little bit about fitness, a little bit about nutrition, and a whole lot about my cheat meals. And I'm taking you with me on this journey. It's cheat meal time, y'all. Let's go where all the magic happens. What's up, y'all? They're already started working in here. Oh, yeah. What's up, guys? Now, we're here with Robert. Robert's the owner, and I promise to you, I swear his name tag said Kalen earlier. I don't know how that happened, but I noticed that. I didn't want to say nothing, but we're here with Robert. He's the owner, and he's a true foodie at heart, right? Oh, yeah. And one thing that Sarah told me is that what makes you a real foodie is not just liking food. It's where it's a passion for you. This is not just a job or a career. This is your passion. This is what you do. So we're so excited to be here today. Now, let's just dispel all the rumors right now. The most often mispronounced food item in the world has to be GEERO. So I've heard GY-ROE, Gyro, GEERO, Gyro. I should write a song like that. But let's let everybody know. How do you say it?
GEERO.
GEERO. It's with a Y. GEERO. Let me be your hero, baby. So, what do we got on the menu today? We're going to try some of their tried and true famous. We're going to try GEERO. He's got something called the Olympus Fries. Olympus Fries, yeah. Oh, that's going to be good. And then also he's going to give us a Bourbon Chicken. But we're going to prepare some things right now. What kind of meat do I want on the Olympus Fries? What's my choices?
You got lamb, you got steak, you got chicken, you got falafel.
Falafel?
Put falafel.
If I didn't have the falafel, I'd feel awful. How about falafel and steak?
Falafel and steak. Yeah, great.
I want falafel for having a falafel. I just can't get enough of that one. That one just came to me too. So falafel is it's a chickpea and fava bean dough. They make a dough, right? Right. And then they bread it and deep fry it. And what's the most popular sauce that you serve with everything is probably the tzatziki stuff.
And they're homemade ranch. People like
it.
But with these waffles, they're not breaded, so it's just the beans that are crushed. Yeah. Yep. And then lots of herbs and spices put in it. So no flour, no breading of any kind. So it's a lot good like that. Yeah.
It's a huge, falafel's huge, and so is hummus. It's huge among the vegetarian community. Right. But I also like it, and I'm not a vegetarian.
Yeah, we make hummus fresh every day, so
Now, that ahi tuna is a bluefin tuna. Those typically get up to about 400 pounds. That's how big those get. So what we got going on now? We got a little salt we're gonna put on there.
Yeah, not much. It's good by itself. It doesn't
That's right. Extra. Tuna's a hard fish to cook because it gets dry if you cook it too long. But you can see it's got a good layer there. He's getting that sear on there.
Right. Once you want it to meet down in the middle, and it'll still be red on it.
That's right.
Cut into it.
Now, it's been a proven fact that if you blow on something that's hot, it cools it down 17 degrees instantly. You know I just made that up, right? Tzatziki sauce is the most common condiment sauce or dip in Greece. Now, it starts out with the base is yogurt, right? And then there's mint, probably, parsley, dill, olive oil. It's like and it varies, and we can't tell you all the recipe. It's just very secret. Foodies recipe. So, here it is. We're gonna taste it. Should I just shoot my finger? I dip this fry in it?
Yeah, there you go.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
You can taste the dill in there. Ah, that's really good. I have to go back to that. You need to taste that. Isn't that good?
Really good.
So that's what's on top of here too. And you make your homemade ranch too.
Right, homemade ranch.
So we're gonna have to try that too.
The hummus is the hard one though, because you have to take the hull off of every bean. So you're sitting there rubbing them.
That's right.
Yeah.
When you're doing that to that bean, it's like it's homicide. Had it? Dad joke. Let's try some of that ranch. That is good. There's nothing like a good house-made ranch, dude. So how are we looking on tuna? You need me to flip it?
Almost done. Yeah, I can flip it.
Thanks. He needs me to flip it.
Yeah.
He wants you to tell him good job, I'm sure.
Oh yeah, that was perfect.
Is it good?
Hadn't seen it that good before.
See? You should see me flip burgers. That's what all my high school teachers said I'd be doing anyway. Look at all this food they've already got ready for me. I'm gonna need some help. So come on out and help me. Oh wait, you're not here now. You need to come on out here when you see this. I won't be here. Whatever. Anyway, look at all this great food that we're having. That's the lamb with the green beans. We got chicken over here. We got tuna. We got the Olympus Fries. I'm ready to go eat it right now. What's up, y'all? For today's fitness tips, I'm just going to talk to you. And what I'm going to talk about is New Year's resolutions. What? New Year's resolutions? The year's half over. That's right. Did you know that only 8% of people ever complete their New Year's resolutions and complete their goals? And I think the problem with that is we set those goals too far out and we make them too big. You need to make your goals in smaller chunks, weekly goals, monthly goals, and then you need to do 3 things. You need to determine the what. The what is your goal going to be, that weekly, that monthly goal. You need to determine the why. And when I say that, here's what you need to realize. You need to invest in yourself. That's right, you need to invest in yourself. And the second thing is, you need to be selfish. I know we've been taught all of our life not to be selfish and to put everybody else first. And that's great to do that. But there comes a time in your life where you have to be selfish. And if there's one place that it can be all about you and you can be selfish is when you walk into the gym or when you put your fitness goals and your health goals first. And then you need to figure out the how. Make it happen. It's not going to be easy. If it'd be easy, everybody was doing it. So you need to work smarter, not harder. We got a destination we want to get to. We're not going to take the easiest route. We're going to take the smartest route. So why don't we have, instead of yearly resolutions and yearly goals, how about weekly resolutions, weekly goals, monthly goals? And that's your fitness tips of the week.
It's CheatMeal time, y'all.
Who's the most famous Greek person, do you think? If only there were some teenagers close by that could Google that, because with their phones, their fancy phones. Let's Google the most famous Greek person.
All right, let's do it.
Just like that, the most famous Greek person.
Plato, Aristotle, Socrates. I said that.
You did say that.
She did say that.
I once met Socrates in an airport in Newark.
Cool.
No, I didn't. Let's go. French fries. These are the Olympus Fries. And I'm just going to kind of sample all this right here. But let's go through what we have right
Give me a
here.
minute.
Okay, sorry.
You're not on camera yet.
I'm rolling.
You want to make it big time? This is how we do it.
This is how we do it.
Okay, go.
So, let's go over what we have here. This is a lot of food already, and this looks great. This is the Olympus Fries. This is one of those fusion things they do. It's got the French fries, it's got the tzatziki sauce, there's cheese down underneath there, there's also steak on there, there's cucumbers, there's tomatoes, and here's the falafel. We're gonna try it very first. This is one of the things they're known for here. And that is really good. And I can tell you, I can taste that tzatziki sauce that they make here in-house daily, fresh. And it is amazing. It has the perfect amount of that Greek flavor that you want. That dill, that mint, all mixed together. That's a big bite right there. Let's go for it. Let's go for it. I like big bites, and I cannot lie. This is cheat-tastic. This is cheat-delicious. Cheat-terrific, cheat-tastic. Man, I could just live right here with these Olympus Fries. Just all those different combinations of flavor that you got make that amazing. That steak, thinly cooked steak, so good. But we're gonna have to set these aside and go for something else, but we'll be back. Don't worry, I'll be back for you. Ahi tuna. Ahi is a Hawaiian name that means delicious. That's what ahi means in Hawaiian. Did you know that? It doesn't really, I just made that up. Look at that. Big tuna steak right there. Wow. That is perfectly cooked tuna right there. It's flaky, it's still moist, and that's hard to do with tuna, is to keep it still moist and juicy. Tuna tends to dry out really fast. Tuna is one of the only fish that can be caught in every ocean. You'll find them in every ocean, like the Atlantic, the Pacific, the Indian, the Arctic, how many oceans are there?
There's a lot.
7. There's 7 oceans.
That's 7 continents, pal.
There's 7 continents. For those who used to watch Andy Griffith, there's Old Man Kelsey's Ocean. You remember that one? Somebody needs to comment and tell me how many oceans there really are. Is there only 4 oceans? Do we know? How many oceans are there? Ocean's 11. Ocean's 12. Ocean's 13. Love that George Clooney. Man, that's really good. We'll go back to these fries real quick. Americans typically eat 30 pounds of French fries each year. And I bet after shooting the show this year, I'm going to eat way more than 30 pounds of French fries. Falafels were introduced in Egypt, actually, over 1,000 years ago. And the world record falafel was in Amman, Jordan. Was 164.4 pounds was the world record falafel. That's an awful lot of falafel. Definitely like that one. I'm gonna get into this chicken. Now. Table for one. All right. Obviously, chicken is very popular in Arkansas. Arkansas is the #1 producing chicken state in America. And I think bourbon's probably pretty popular in Arkansas too. Bourbon is a type of whiskey that is distilled in aged wooden barrels. Kentucky is the state that produces the most bourbon. But don't worry, Mom. When you cook with alcohol, the alcohol dissipates, just leaving the flavor. That's my story. Sticking to it. That is so good. Oh, that glaze is perfect. Man. This is something that's not even on the menu yet that they're going to be adding. We get to try this ourselves before anybody else. And it's perfect. Perfect amount of juiciness. And look at these roasted potatoes. Potatoes were first cultivated between 8,000 and 5,000 BC. So 10,000 years ago is when potatoes were cultivated. Somewhere in between Peru and Bolivia. They were discovered by Indians. You know, the Irish always get credit for potatoes. You hear about Irish potatoes? But the reason is because the first potato seeds that were ever brought over to America were brought from Ireland. So you learned something today, kids. History lesson. If you ever have on Jeopardy and have a food category, you're gonna kill it. I've been eyeing this already. Oops, sorry. Look at this lamb steak. Look at that. That ain't no joke right there. Listen, I'm gonna cut right into this. Lamb is a pretty popular. I need to cut into that. Lamb is a pretty popular meat over in other countries. Greece is the #1 country for consuming lamb, and Albania is the #1 country for producing lamb. Man, that is really good. You know, it's got this distinct flavor. Lamb does, and it tastes amazing. I can tell he does a special seasoning on there too. In the Middle Ages, farmers discovered how many uses that sheep have. So, the wool for clothing, obviously the meat for food, milk, butter, cheese. The first lamb that was ever brought to America was brought by Spanish soldiers in 1512. Man, look at that. That's perfect. Oh, those green beans are great too. I helped cook those. We got more stuff coming? Holy cow.
Here's your lamb gyro.
Oh, look at that. Thank you. My lamb gyro. You could be my gyro, baby. That was a good one. Wasn't it? Pretty good? Okay, I got one better for you. Ready? Ready? Been working on this one. Why did the lamb wreck his car? Because he was a sheep behind the wheel.
Third time's a charm.
I get more laughs every time I do it. Good old Diet Coke. Cancels out the calories.
Go ahead and say it.
You know, somebody told me that drinking Diet Coke will cause you to lose your memory, but I can't remember who told me that. Actually, gyros are super popular in Greece. They kind of hit a big popularity in New York City in the 1970s. They started popping up. This is the only place around this area that you can get this. And look at this. All right, here we go. We ready for this? Look at that. Lamb, that's good. Here's the deal. The combinations of these flavors are what makes this so good. You can taste the sharpness of that feta cheese, and then that dill and that tzatziki sauce, the softness and the tenderness of that lamb, and the tomatoes. All this all mixed together, and this pita's even cooked perfect. You have to have one of those. Oh, look at that. Wow.
And some red pepper hummus.
Oh.
I hope it's freaking out right now.
I know. I was like, look at this rice and this picture. I gotta get a picture of it for you. Sorry.
Wow.
That's awesome. Picture from Facebook
Oh my god.
Hummus.
for the green.
Hummus is it's mashed chickpeas. And it's the first recipes ever were in the 13th century in a cookbook in Egypt is where the first hummus was. I wasn't there. I heard about it. Here we go. We're gonna try this hummus. Everybody said it's great. That is amazing. Wow. That's good. Red pepper hummus. And now this is the what? Let me get a cheat sheet right here. Spanakopita. And basically, if you have to know what that is, it's traditionally referred to as Greek spinach pie. I thought I had Spanakopita one time, but I took antibiotics, cleared right up. You laughed that time. That does taste like the shell of a wonton. It's got that good spinach and it's perfectly cooked. Never ever had this before, but man, it is great. Look at all this food. Don't worry, if you've seen this crew, it's gonna get ate. Wow. And I say this all the time. Rice is either good or bad. It's either perfectly cooked or it's just undercooked and it's chewy. That's cooked perfect. And look at these pieces of steak in there. Spanakopita was my spy name. It's cheat meal time, y'all. Red pepper hummus.
Air Jordan time, y'all.
Bam!
And the shirt.
Bam! All right, look. There's no way I can finish all this. So, you're gonna have to come down here and finish this with me. Come help me. Come on down to Foodies, order all this stuff, and you can finish it with me, right? So, this food was amazing, and they're gonna come up with some new menu items. They're true foodies at heart. They got the classic Greek flavor, the classic Mediterranean, but then they're coming up with some new stuff like the tuna and the bourbon chicken. There's no way I'm finishing this, so come help me. Whew, that's another cheat meal in the books, and let me tell you what, yeah, I say this all the time, but it's true. It was epic and amazing. This food was over the top delicious. So, thanks so much for watching. If you haven't subscribed yet, go ahead and do that. Then click the bell to get notifications. Leave us comments, and then head over to Facebook and like us on there, and then head over to Instagram and like us on there. Hit us up if you ever have any questions, have suggestions, recommendations, if you want anything at all. And remember, stay fit, eat clean, and have a cheat meal to stay sane.